Number 12 and will be on the mound for them. The pitcher for Mexico is someone we have not seen pitch yet, Luis Longoria, who's had a fine World Series, mostly over at third base for the Mexican team.
Yeah, look, I mean, bottom line for him is to come in and throw strikes, but as you and I noticed, Darren, early on, they have a secret weapon who's playing center field in Hernandez Jr., who came in relief, who is eligible to pitch today. So there's a lot of backup if he can't find the strikeout or the strike zone early.
Hernandez was the first reliever used for Mexico in their opening game, and he kind of cleaned things up after it got off to not a great start. So Mexico hoping they don't have to pull that safety valve today. But he is available as compared to 4 ineligible pitchers for both sides. Again, 4 games in 4 days. They've used a lot of arms. And both teams pretty depleted in that department as Andrea Parisi squares in. And Longoria is just off the plate. But some pretty good velocity on that first one.
Really good, just off the outside corner. Longoria's played third base, so this is a little adjustment as far as the release point right here, being on the mound right now. It just seems like he's trying to work that outside corner a little too far off. And so far this World Series, that's where all of these pitchers from Mexico have been trying to spot that fastball away to righties.
Living outside, it's 3-0. Got to find the strike zone against Parisi, who's been electric for Italy. And there's a strike. Parisi, Michelangelo DeSanti, and Eduardo Biagini, the 3 due up this frame. Breaking ball in there for strike 2. That's a good looking pitch.
How about that? A little bit of slurve action right there. Good depth to that breaking pitch.
And Longoria off the mark. He was trying to bait Parisi with a bouncer low and outside. So it's a leadoff walk. Despite battling back from 3-0 to 3-2. Now Italy's tough catcher, Michelangelo DeSanti. Bouncer over to shortstop. Here's Ivan Torres for Mexico. No time for a double player to get the lead runner, so he makes the play at first. Parisi over to second.
It's a nice play across the diamond to be able to concentrate on fielding this ball cleanly. Now, you know, one of the things to look out for Team Italy is they have a lot of speed, especially on the bases. They like to steal, probably one of the top teams as far as stolen bases in this World Series, so they can get down the line quickly.
Man in scoring position for Biagini. Pitch hits him. Longoria looked like he was trying to get that slurve breaking ball off and it just got away from him.
That was a breaking pitch, but it hit Biagini directly on the hip bone. And at this age right now, there's not a whole bunch of meat around that. Now, if it would have hit us, it would have had a lot of insulation in that back area. But 14 years old.
My ritualistic donut every morning we've been here. Biagini seems to be all right to run the base paths. So they're at first and second for Italy. maybe he's just going to get a checkup just to be safe.
Yeah, he's going to get looked at, but it's important to just keep that thing moving in that area. The longer you stay still, the more it throbs. Typically, the next pitch is going to be laced in the gap, and you're going to have to leg it out, so you're going to make sure that thing stays loose.
Emergency response team. On the play.
Love helping your team out by getting on the bases. Hate having to pay the price for it, though.
All right, we've got the all clear. And we resume. Leonardo Facchini is the batter for Italy. And another first pitch swinging. Here's a dribbler to third base. Picked up. The throw over is sailed into the fence. Parisi on his horse comes in to score from second. Everybody else is safe at first and third.
Remember, we mentioned earlier Longoria has played third base, so Gonzalez being over there just airmails this ball right here. Fields it cleanly, has plenty of time, but just got under it on the release point a little too much. There was no way for Balderas to get that ball. Italy on the board first.
And it brings up Davide Rodriguez Mora. Looks at the first, he's got 0-1. Big left-handed batter.
This is a good-looking player right here. We saw him pitch the other day. He's got a lot of life in his fastball. Good swing at the plate, 6'1".
Runner takes off. Rodriguez Mora trying to protect the runner, but no throw down to second for Facchini.
Yeah, looked like the way he swung that bat looked like it was a hit and run that was called. So he did his job.
Infield is in for Mexico, 2 strikes. And it is poked over to the left side. Here's a second chance for Gonzalez. They'll go for the lead runner. A pickle here, and the tag applied to Biagini. Yet Facchini was not waiting to see the result of the Biagini rundown. He was already practically at third base.
Good heads-up base running by Facchini, and that play is when you put your base runner on third on contact. As soon as that ball was hit, he took off for home plate. That was a coach's decision, and did just enough to stay in that pickle to allow the base runners to move to second and third.
So 2 away, but 2 in scoring position, as that's 1-0 to Eduardo Chiesi, who came up with big hit yesterday in Mexico's win, or in Italy's win, forgive me. Swings through it, it's 1-1.
How about Biagini taking one off the hip bone and then having to get in a rundown shortly after?
Probably wasn't too far from where he got hit with the ball that he had the tag slapped on him. Right back up the chute and gloved by Longoria. Easy toss for the third out. It limits the first round production to just a run for Italy. We'll see 13 Mexico batters hit in today's contest. Ivan Torres, the shortstop, gets things started. Then Sergio Gonzalez and Raul Hernandez Jr. All 3 due up in this frame.
This is a high-powered lineup right here, and the 2 players that you really want to circle would be Sebastian Izaguirre, 5 for 6 in this World Series, 4 RBIs. That's where the power's coming from at the bottom of the lineup. And Francisco Aguilar, 4 for 5. So those 2 guys are carrying Team Mexico.
Here's Joseph Foley, who looked so good on day one of this tournament, making the start for Italy. He went 3 1/3 of one-hit shutout baseball, striking out 6. So he makes his second appearance. It's also a start. They'll try to get similar length out of him today if they can, no doubt. And in an elimination game, as opposed to game 1 of the tournament, Luch, I mean, he's going well through 3 1/3. Maybe that's where you extend him and see if he can carry you the whole way to make sure you advance. Strike 1 into Torres.
Oh, I love this windup right here. Smooth, but then he's got that little hitch where he speeds up, so it's going to be very difficult to time up this release point.
Bouncer left side. Tough play for shortstop. Parisi, the throw just a hair high. Otherwise, it would have been bang, bang at first.
I don't hate that, because Parisi had to do everything he could to get the out. So you try to put all of your muscle into that throw, and if you overthrow the first baseman, so be it. But that was the only way that he was going to be able to throw out Torres, because that ball was hit so far into the gap.
Ruled an error, which
That's tough.
Yeah, feels a little harsh. There's a bunt laid down by Gonzalez, beautifully down the first base line. Throw from DeSanti behind the plate, and a successful sacrifice for Mexico.
I think he may walk over in between innings and lobby for that to be. That's tough play.
Well, what's the rule of thumb? If it would have taken an extraordinary effort to get the out, it's not an error.
Yep.
It shouldn't be an error. And I think that probably would have been an extraordinary effort had Parisi made the same play, an identical play, and just put the throw 3 inches lower.
Yep.
And even then, I think Torres had a chance to beat it out. Swung on and popped up by Hernandez. Pulled in at second base by Sam Ferretti.
Boy, that's a big out right there. Team Italy gets on the board 1-0 at the top of the first, and they get a base runner in scoring position. Big batter Hernandez up, and to keep him in the infield and get that out was a huge lift for Parisi, or for Foley, sorry.
Here's Longoria. That's stroked out into left center field, and it's down. That'll bring in Torres. RBI single to help his own cause for Luis Longoria, and it ties it at 1.
Good piece of hitting we've seen all series long. These batters for Team Mexico, they make contact. They get a lot of backspin on their ball. There's a fastball that he caught right out in front of the plate. And you gotta love the 2-out RBIs.
Ricardo Cavazos is going to be the batter. Looks like a courtesy runner will be put into play for Longoria with 2 outs. He is the pitcher. It has to be the last out, so Raul Hernandez heads that way. And we've seen this rule or application of the rule really come in handy for certain teams, because depending on the circumstances, it's occasionally enabled a team to get their better or best base runner out there. Big cut on the first from Cavazos.
Well, as you're mentioning, you just swapped your pitcher, who's your typical third baseman, doesn't have a whole bunch of speed, with your center fielder right here. So it definitely works out in their advantage.
It's outside 1-1. First move we've seen from Foley.
It's pretty quick. Almost had Hernandez leaning toward second base. Looks like he may try to steal this pitch.
There goes Hernandez. Cavazos rips it out into center field. Hernandez gets third easily because of the head starts, and they're at the corners.
Now, this is why you put a runner in motion if you're a team that doesn't typically steal bases. Hernandez was off to the races, and because of that, he's able to make it all the way to third base. Runners on first and third, but two big cuts so far this inning from Team Mexico. They're seeing the ball really well off of Foley.
Brings up Dominic Balderas, the first baseman. Another big left-handed bat for Mexico. They remain aggressive. One ball, one strike.
I think this is a great opportunity for Mexico. I know Cavazos doesn't run well, but might as well put him in motion. I don't think he's going to draw the throw to second.
We've seen that a lot this week with the runner on third. Teams are reluctant to do so. Reluctant to throw at a runner, that is.
Yep. And look, right now with him on first base, not only does it put him in scoring position on a team that's typically playing station to station, but it takes the force out at second base.
Foley snaps it in for strike two. Yes, still no movement from Cavazos. But again, we've seen this Mexico team play pretty conservatively on the base paths. Foley 2-2. Got a wave and a miss. Strike three, retires the side, and Mexico heads back to the field, having matched the run tallied by Italy in the first. So that they put it on a commemorative piece.
The saying lives forever.
Ferretti walks, and the leadoff batter is aboard again for Italy. They got a leadoff walk in the first, and we're able to get that runner in.
I think on mine I would put just throw strikes.
That does feel maybe like it's the thing you've said the most here.
I mean, look, a lot of the runs scored come from free passes. And look, some of these teams that are advancing are the teams that pound the strike zone, not because it puts the hitter in defensive counts, but because it allows the defense behind them to stay awake, and it makes them involved in the game. I think that's the key. Is oftentimes these pitchers just try to strike all the hitters out, but keep your pitch down, let your team play behind you.
Long Longoria now with a 2-2, misses down and away. So a full count, in danger of walking a consecutive batter.
Medio son rectas. Son rectas. Tira por el medio, son rectas.
Andrea Gadza comes 3/4 of the way around. It's a strikeout for Longoria.
Yep, the sequence right there was a lot of pitches over the outside part of the plate, and then this is what's so devastating. When you get a hitter that's kind of leaning out over the plate and you bust him with a fastball up and in, they realize once they start their swing, there's no way they can catch up to it.
Nicola Bonfini turns on it. It's way out of play. He was so far ahead on that one, it was like perpendicular to straightaway center.
That's hard to do.
Yeah.
What he just did, that's hard to do.
Runner goes. Oh, and Bonfini lays down a bunt then. Nicely fielded by Longoria, but a successful sacrifice puts Ferretti, the runner, at second with 2 away.
It's a perfectly placed sacrifice bunt right here, moving the runner over, gives himself up. Now it's 2 outs with a runner on second, but with the speed of Team Italy, they will be able to score. So it seems like Team Italy early in this ballgame realizes that runs are going to be a premium, so they're going to play small ball.
I have another suggestion for the phrase to put on your pen.
Okay.
Bunting is cool again.
Yo, yes, yes.
We've seen so much bunting this
Bring
week.
it back, bring it back. We've had Aruba actually beat Italy on a squeeze bunt walk-off.
Becky fouls it out of play. That's the impressive thing, is it had gotten to a point where bunting was no longer in vogue, right? It's not a popular thing to do. I'm impressed by the technique and the execution. Just outside, 2-2. I mean, more often than not, when teams have attempted a sacrifice bunt, like how often have we said, oh, that's perfectly bunted?
Yes. Yep. You don't just walk up and do it. Like, they've been practicing that a lot in the cages.
Misses and gets to the backstop. Vecchi scrambles for third.
Hey, saque está, vamos.
Now this is a situation right here, 3-2 runner on third base. If you're the batter, you know he does not want to throw one to the backstop. Good chance you're going to get something to hit.
Oh, instead, it runs in on him and hits Vecchi. Well, I guess if you're going to give the free pass, it's dead ball, runner can't advance. So now they're at first and third, and this is going to prompt a visit to the mound for Longoria, who's at 35 pitches.
Now, as you mentioned earlier, Derek, this is the 4th game in 4 days for both of these teams. The winner of this will have to play a 5th game in 5 days, if I'm correct. And so really need to consider your pitching staff and who's available.
So with the very next pitch, Longoria will be at 36, adding a day of rest to his required total. But elimination game setting, you're way more concerned about getting to the next one. So for that reason, I assume Mexico's going to stay with Longoria. The other thing is they've got 4 pitchers who are not eligible to throw today. First pitch, swatted into the air, shallow right field, and it's pulled in by Aguilar. That retires the side, and 1 pitch after the visit, Longoria gets out of it in the second.
This is one of the things we should ask the players is how many autographs have they signed before they got to the World Series? I can't imagine very many.
It's a good question. Furthermore, how many autographs have you signed this week? Fewer than them?
That would be 0, Darren. They are.
Oh, bouncer down the line, and it is foul. Not by much. Couldn't have been. That's foul by a hair.
You know, one of the things I'm sure that they're learning is it's not easy to sign a baseball.
Yeah.
I mean, it is very difficult because it's round and you got to be a team player when you sign a baseball because you have to make your signature small enough that you can fit the rest of the team. There's 13 players on that team.
Another foul ball, 2-2 for Francisco Aguilar, the Mexico batter. I mean, these guys have to just feel so big time this week. They do with what Little League does to accommodate these teams and get to represent your country, sign a bunch of autographs.
How about the experience that they had for opening night, fireworks display?
Yep. And I'm amazed by the number of family, friends, internationally that show out for this event.
It's so encouraging as a player when you have that kind of fan base that travels. This is not an easy trip for most of these families that come in here. There's the luchador.
Oh, there he is. Our Rey Mysterio.
Yep.
Our resident Rey Mysterio. That is laced out into the corner in left field. That ball is fair. And it gets lodged into the fence for a ground rule double. Excellent AB for Aguilar there.
Aguilar stays hot. This ball is hammered. Look at how he uses that back leg. He pivots on that back foot and ropes this ball down the line for a ground rule double. Aguilar, as we mentioned in the pregame, is one of the hottest hitters on Team Mexico. That's his 5th hit of the Junior World Series.
So a runner in scoring position right away for Mexico as Diego Gonzalez. Little fist bump for the catcher DeSanti. That's cool.
Yep. Great sportsmanship.
Can't get the bunt down. I like this. Bunt him over to third.
Yep. Get that runner over. He's in scoring position right now, but Team Mexico's kind of been playing station to station. They don't look to take the extra base.
And then Gonzalez swinging away. He's got 0-2 now.
Well, now he's got to put this ball in play, and preferably on the right side of the diamond is where you're aiming. But with 2 strikes, you just don't want to go down with a strikeout.
fouls it away. He'll keep his 0-2 count.
He was mad at himself. He knew that was a great chance. Fastball right down the middle, center cut. He was just a tad under it.
Rolled over and fouled down the third base line. So Gonzalez fins off another.
Big battle going on right here. 0-2 count. Now, if you're Joseph Foley on the other side of things, you can kind of expand the strike zone right here. You got a hitter that's very aggressive. That time he was way out front on the off-speed pitch. Maybe take a little more velocity off of it, try to get a swing and miss. Don't have to put it over the heart of the plate, especially when the count is this far in your favor.
One and two. That's ball one.
Yeah.
It feels like the batter Gonzalez has been up there for a while now.
Yes.
Down and in from Foley. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That's now 6 pitches in this plate appearance.
Aguilar has a monster lead at second base because shortstop and second baseman aren't even close to covering the bag, so he can go as far as he wants.
Up the box, and it's into center field. Aguilar with that big lead is still held at third because of the throw from center field. Biagini got it in quickly. Consecutive hits there on the corners.
Yeah, and I thought Aguilar was going to score easily because of that big lead, but watch this throw right here from Biagini in center field all the way to the catcher. That holds the base runners on the corner, first and third, but no outs for Team Mexico.
Italy will talk about it with the pitcher Foley and the infield defense. Foley threw 53 pitches on, that would have been Sunday, game 1 of the tournament for Italy. So got to imagine his leash is at least that long.
Yeah. Yeah, and look, his work's cut out for him. Gave up a double to the leadoff hitter this inning, then a single. Now he truly has the hottest hitter on Team Mexico coming to the plate. He's got to be very, very careful. Team Italy is going to play the infield back. So they're going to try to go for the double play here and concede the runner at third base. That shows confidence in your offense. We've got a lot of game left here.
The next pitch for Foley will be his 15th of the second inning. That's how many it took him to get 3 outs in the first.
That's a great lesson right there for young players. You always need to be backing up, especially the throw from the catcher to the pitcher. If you're the shortstop or second baseman, every single throw, get back there.
We saw a player yesterday, I believe it was Italy's Andrea Parisi, take advantage of that.
Yes, that's right. Yep.
It was a throw. Yep, it was a throw. He was at third. It was a throw that got by the pitcher. There was no urgency to collect it by the defense, and Parisi came in to score. Isaguirre bounces it over to third. Nice dig by Chiesi, and the throw across gets the out.
Get that sure out. There might have been a chance to go to second, to try to get the double play, but the sure out was at first. And we just saw right there, Team Mexico is not going to push the issue on the base pass. So no runner scored, but now you have 2 runners in scoring position.
First pitch swinging, infield in for Italy. Parisi fields, throws, and it pops out from DeSanti's mitt. Otherwise, they would have gotten the out. Instead, it's a Mexico run and a 2-1 lead.
Wow, this was fielded perfectly from Parisi. And a great throw to DeSanti to home plate. Just could not concentrate long enough to get that tag down. A lot of that had to do with Aguilar bearing down quickly, running full speed to home plate. Team Mexico takes the lead.
Pedro Tovar with 1 away, runners at first and second. Doesn't offer the bunt, but it's a called strike.
And you know, the lesson on that play, too, from an offense standpoint, is just put the ball in play.
Oh, yeah.
Even if you think it's a sure out, you never know. You might get the run scored.
Did Tovar offer at it? Call is no. It's down and in. It skips away. Both runners move. So 1-1. That came in on Tovar's hands. I thought maybe he had the bat head out still, trying to catch it.
It worked out in favor of Team Mexico because I wonder if he wouldn't have squared around the bunt. I think DeSanti would have been able to field that ball a lot better.
Yeah, that's a good point. So now with them at second and third, infield has been brought in again by Italy. And Tovar takes on a tight pitch inside. So it almost worked last time on the ground ball to Parisi at short. Italy's again going to try to field a ground ball if they get it and keep the run from scoring. Tovar swipes at it but can't connect 2-2.
If you're the batter right here with 1 out and you have the infield in, you have got to try to do everything you can to get this ball either through the infielders or over their heads into the outfield. Because even if you hit a pop-up in the outfield, that's a sacrifice fly and that's going to get a run scored.
Spins inside, now a full count. So you're saying with your approach here, you're trying to get it into the air.
Yes, that's my goal, is to get it in the air, especially if the pitcher leaves it pitch up in the strike zone. It makes it easier for the hitter.
And Tovar yanks one high into the air, a long way but foul.
That's it. That's exactly what he wants to do. If he could straighten that up a little bit, he would at least have a sacrifice fly. If he can find a gap or hit it down the line, it's going to be off to the races and maybe have 2 runs that'll come across home plate.
Full count pitch, take 2. And it misses. To walk Tovar and load the bases with 1 away. That's now 25 pitches in this second inning alone for Joseph Foley.
And look, it started out because of the hot-hitting Team Mexico. It was a double, then a single.
Want to know to Vladimir Flores.
And then that missed throw going home on the play at the plate. Just sometimes that sits in a pitcher's head. He can't shake it because in his mind, he should have 2 outs instead of 1.
That's off the mark as well.
Yeah, nowhere to put it. 3-0 count. You've got to come right down the heart of the plate. No more pitching around Salazar. And Salazar needs to know that. He may be taking right here because of 3-0 count, but if not, he's got to hunt a fastball.
Ball 4 high, and it walks in a run. 3-1 now the count in favor of Mexico. So that's consecutive walks to Tovar and Flores, with the bottom of the order, the final hitter Salazar set to come up next, and that will do it for Joseph Foley's day. Not the way Italy wanted that to go. And they'll bring in their second pitcher of the day in a tough spot, bases loaded, 1 away in the bottom of the second.
Well, look, he's got his work cut out for him. And it's extremely, extremely important for him to come in and pound the strike zone because bases are juiced right here. Team Mexico is just feeling really comfortable in the batter's box right now. And the momentum has completely shifted on their side. You can just feel it in the air. Now for Team Italy, you're a ground ball away from turning 2 and getting out of this inning.
Some defensive changes. That was Davide Rodriguez Mora, who enters the game in the field at first base. Out in left field, former first baseman Leonardo Facchini goes where Gadza was. And Gadza fires in a first pitch strike to Carlos Salazar. Oh, and 2. Stopped by DeSanti. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Nice pick. Runner on third base. You've got to keep that ball in front of you. Can't let it get to the backstop. But also it gives your pitcher confidence. Hey, with 2 strikes, I can maybe bury a breaking pitch because I've got so much confidence DeSanti's going to block it.
Fastball swung on and missed. So a quick dismissal of Salazar. And out number 2 as Gadza enters.
A lot of fastballs. Started it with fastballs away, finishes it with a fastball in. Heavy sink on that ball as well.
Back to the top of the Mexican order. Ivan Torres is the shortstop. First pitch swinging, foul ball.
That's a lot of movement. It seemed like the fastball started over the heart of the plate. It's running in on the hands of the right-handed batters. You can see Torres kind of shaking his wrist a little bit. That got right over his thumbs.
So Gonzo went away from the fastball, evens the count 1-1. Okay, so he gets a secondary pitch across.
Yep. Fastball in is working for him. And that time he takes advantage of Torres just kind of backing off the plate, throws a front door slider. Torres takes a timeout, thinking to himself, all right, I've seen him throw fastballs on the outside corner. Then he's come on the inside corner. Now it's a slider. What's he going to throw next?
Tried to bait him with a fastball high. An appeal, even though Torres didn't come close. Bounced over to shortstop, Parisi. Over for the out, and it retires the side. So Gonzo enters and makes sure that the damage is limited to 2 runs for Mexico. They lead it 3-1 as we head to the third. Play elimination game. Italy and Mexico at the Junior League Baseball World Series. Luis Longoria continues to throw as the pitcher for Mexico. As a reminder, they've got quite the number of arms that are uneligible to pitch today because of pitch count restrictions. But as you mentioned earlier, Luch, Raul Hernandez Jr., kind of their secret weapon in that first win of the week, is in fact available, so perhaps he's the safety net if something goes awry with Longoria, who I would imagine they're going to ride out as long as he's going well.
I would agree with that. It would be a great combo if he can continue this to bring in Hernandez Jr. to close this ball game out. I would have to imagine that's what their game plan is, and it would be a good one.
One and one to Joseph Foley, the final batter in the order for Italy.
No te pongas abajo en la cuenta.
2 balls, 1 strike.
And that's kind of the pitch he needs to clean up right there. He's got a 2-run lead. Momentum has shifted completely on their side of the field. Work with fast tempo, throw the ball over the plate, just like that right there.
What a pitch. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Tried the outer half fastball again there.
He did, and as you mentioned, Darren, like keeping an eye on the pitch count. The count is in your favor, so no reason to go that far off the plate because you're not going to get a swing.
That's a better job, but still pretty well outside of the strike zone, and it walks Foley. So you said it, right? I mean, that's the one he's got to clean up. 3 misses, and instead of a favorable at-bat for the pitcher, you walk the leadoff hitter. Top of the order, Andrea Parisi. The leadoff batter has walked all 3 innings for Italy.
Estás muy largo, no te quedes ahí cerca.
the breaking ball has been good.
Yep, sometimes you just have a better feel of that pitch, and if that's the case, then you just go with it. You may get that fastball back, but the bottom line, the most important thing is throwing strikes, whatever you need to throw.
No le quites nada.
Ripped into the backstop, so Parisi fouls it. It stays 2-2.
And it's good velo. He's holding his velo from what he started the game off with. So, and oftentimes it's a great approach to pitch hitters backwards. That means throw your off-speed pitches to get ahead, then finish with the fastball.
Almost snapped it back into the strike zone. But taken by Parisi, and he's worked a full count. Parisi hard on the ground. Backhanded try by Torres, bounces away from him. And they're at first and second.
Good swing. Parisi takes advantage, fastball in that count. He's looking for something to hit. He gets what he wants. Nice job of smoking this ball in between the shortstop and third baseman. Team Italy's trying to answer back.
Couple of base runners for Michelangelo DeSanti. First base already creeping in for Mexico. There's the bunt. Throw over to third, and they got the force out with the lead runner.
Well, we've seen all series, Team Mexico will pull the corner players in depending on where the base runners are. This time the first baseman came in expecting the bunt. Good job of fielding it. And he already has the momentum because he's playing so shallow going toward third base. And that extra step or two was the reason he was able to get the lead runner out.
Now with Biagini as the hitter, will Italy try again to move the runners over? No bunt shown, so evidently not 0-1.
Well, with runner on first and second, the location that you want to bunt that ball is actually to third base anyway. So had the bunt gone to third base, there was nobody there. It would have been a base hit. So he actually bunted it. DeSanti bunted it in the wrong spot, which allowed them to get the leadoff runner.
Déjalo que regrese. Hey, deja que regrese, Iván.
And right now, the third baseman Gonzalez is way back.
A reaching swing and miss, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And look, it's 2 strikes, so you're going to swing the bat, but something to take note of.
Swung on and missed, and now a back throw to second, but Parisi was all over that. He took off maybe before the ball was even released for third.
Yeah, he baited the throw. Had a huge secondary lead, got hung up in the middle, faked like he was going back to second base. And then when Isagure threw this ball, he was off to the races, heading to third base. Good job right there.
And when he deked, he was already practically halfway to the bag.
Yep.
We've seen some really heady base running from him.
He's just an all-around good player. Strong arm, very athletic. At the plate, understands the strike zone, good power. And he's one of the guys that you kind of highlight and keep an eye on him. He's got a very bright future.
And it's a runner that Mexico has to worry about, right? Even 2 outs on the board. We've seen Parisi do some creative things to come across and play to run.
Yep, he can score on a pass ball, but it also opens up second base, so you could put the runner from first on to try to get 2 runners in scoring position. I think it's an excellent job right here. Team Italy has a lot of speed, but you're not going to get the throw to second, so you might as well let him take that extra base.
Two and one to Facchini. And it's down and away. Isaguirre took a backhanded stab to stop that one.
Remember when we started this series, that was as bright of a white catcher's gear that you could ever imagine. It was beautiful.
Weak pop up over to second base. Mateo Sanchez hauls it in, and it retires the side. So a couple stranded for Italy in the top of the third.
College World Series.
I'm not gonna hold that against you. I don't think that was a jab. You know I'm an ACC guy.
I know.
And we've got like a little brother complex in ACC country. Hard ground ball on the first pitch. Ferretti fields at second and gets it over to Rodriguez Mora for a quick first out.
But you know, I kind of feel like Team Italy is the Junior League World Series version of Oklahoma.
Ooh.
How about that?
Ooh.
How about that?
Okay.
Good team speed. Very fundamentally sound. Underdogs.
Yeah. Another one well struck. Funky hop for Ferretti at second, but he handles it with ease. 2 pitches and 2 away.
Love that. Love that. Let the players play behind you. Pound the strike zone. Haven't seen very many home runs hit in this ballpark. So just let the other team get themselves out. The only way you're going to win this ball game is if you score runs, and the best way to do it is to have your team on offense, not defense. Favorite food, tacos. Wonder if he's ever had a walking taco.
It's a great question. Probably. We saw a lot of them just around yesterday, including the one that we had up here with us.
We saw a lot of the parents for Team Canada eating the walking tacos.
Yeah.
I saw you eating a lot of the walking taco as well.
Yeah. I ate the majority of the one that was up here in between us. Two and two to Longoria, who's got an RBI single already. You know, that was a hit with the crew in such a way that I'm maybe a little nervous about today.
What's coming up today?
I have no idea. No clue. But it's been implied that
oh, really?
We're going to be eating something again on camera. Foul ball makes its way out of play for Longoria. And I'm not easily embarrassed, Luch, but I will be anxious about it until I know exactly what I'm getting into.
I can tell you this. I've been to the concession stand. I've been to the grill. I haven't seen a single thing that didn't look delicious.
Right, so maybe I'm sweating it over nothing.
No,
Maybe
you're
it's
good.
going to be delicious, right? Whatever we get, it's going to be a treat. Eighth pitch to Longoria, perhaps making up for the 2-pitch, 2-out sequence prior to him. And he watches it for ball 4. Whatever we get, I promise to commit while we're on camera this time. Yesterday I was a little soft around the. I was trying to use a fork with the walking taco. That's no way to do it.
No, but I can appreciate that because we didn't want to get chili and cheese all over our scorecard. So,
or the headset, right? Like, I'm not the only person using this headset. I was trying to be considerate.
it was very easy for me when I was going through my notes from earlier today to find the scorecard from that ball game.
Which game was yesterday? Oh, the one with the orange dust all over it. Nice pitch.
That's nice.
Now 2 strikes.
Slider. Yeah, good pitch, good location. Might as well go right back to it.
Looks like that might be the call by DeSanti. It's a fastball away. Two and two. Another good take by Cavazos and another full count. So Gadza got 2 outs on 2 pitches, and now he's been worked for an 8-pitch walk by Longoria. And this will be pitch number 6 with a full count to Cavazos.
Yep, full count, 2 outs. Base runner is going to be going as soon as the ball is released.
There goes Longoria, and it hits Cavazos. So this had potential to be such a quick and easy inning. And it's gotten a little stressful for Italy.
And you're getting into the part of the lineup for Team Mexico that these guys have done some serious damage throughout the World Series. We're going to have a courtesy runner here.
Longoria is the lead runner. He's the pitcher, so thought maybe that was going to be the case, but instead they're going to check up on Cavazos, who was hit by the pitch.
Actually, Longoria is going to stay out there.
Yeah.
And you could have a courtesy runner for him, and that would be Hernandez, which is one of the faster players on the team on second base, having him in scoring position. I think all the attention right now is at first base on Cavazos.
Yeah, I mean, if you did go with the courtesy runner for Longoria, it'd be Hernandez again. Hopefully it's not a situation where they got to put a runner in for Cavazos.
Trying to figure out where that ball hit him. Might have hit him in the ankle.
Yeah, he tried to dance out of the way. It was one of those where both feet can't get up quickly enough, I think.
He's doing enough calf raisers right now where he has to be concerned about a cramp if
Yeah.
he keeps that going.
So here's another look at the pitch.
No.
Oh, that kind of got caught maybe higher up on the leg, and it ended up down toward the ankle.
Look at that, he's wearing ankle socks. You don't see that very often. Getting a massage while at it. I had to wear ankle socks in my summer league because they were one pair short of the regular socks.
And you drew the
so
short
I
straw?
said, you know what? I'm going ankle socks with high, now check this out, high pants.
No.
Yes.
You did.
I did. I did. I said, you know what? If you're going to cheat me out of socks, I'm going to make sure everybody knows it out here.
So wait. It's safe to assume in a summer you slid at least once.
Always. Well, I mean, I didn't go over the knee like they do nowadays,
Yeah,
but
sure.
I just had high pants, ankle socks, and let it rip.
Dribbler over the middle. Parisi gets to it. A really strong throw to first. Retires the side. So 3 ground balls.
You think our headset can reach all the way to the concession area so we can
Yeah, we don't have the
divulge while
cable
we're
for that.
announcing?
No, we don't have the cable for that. That's why it's, I think, going to get brought up to us. We don't know what it's going to be, but something. This is one of those jobs that it's not that it's ever difficult, but it's not as easy to do while eating, or it's not as comfortable to do while eating, and I think the crew just likes making us a little bit uncomfortable. Davide Rodriguez, more of the leadoff batter for Italy.
You know, when I played college ball and we would go to Starkville, they would feed me through the fence during the course of the game. Anytime there was a pitcher's mound meeting or pitcher's change, I would back up to the fence, put my back up against the fence, drop my hand, and they would pass me barbecued chicken and sausage. It was the best.
That's incredible.
It would be a full meal now. I mean, like, I would get a full meal because they would always end it with Snickers bars as dessert. So I had the main course and then end with dessert out there.
Then you're done for the day. Somebody hands you post-game meal. You're like, no, I'm good. I already ate.
They would do that. They would give me a to-go plate at the end of the game. They would send it over there, wrap it in tin foil, and they'd send it back to the hotel with it. No NIL money back then, so you took every advantage of getting free food.
I'll take a Snickers handed to me through the fence. Yeah, sure. Chopper to third. Gonzalez quickly gets it to second. Double pump, but the throw on the turn gets over in time to first.
That is a fantastic play. Double play right here. This is why you throw strikes, because a ground ball gets you 2 sometimes, and well done. Gonzalez is playing in, preparing himself for this perfectly hit ball to him, fields it on the high hop, makes great throw to start off the double play. Team Mexico has 2.
It's great work by Sanchez on the turn. You could tell when he first pulled it in, he didn't have it fully gripped, but he didn't panic. And Sanchez looks like a cool customer over at second. Can we get another look at him? Those are like Roy Orbison shades he's wearing.
Yeah, I'm digging this. And guess what? They're not on his hat.
Yeah, they're actually over his eyes.
That's where you wear your sunglasses. On your face. Those may be prescription, too. If they are, that makes him even cooler.
Two and two. I just like the boldness to go with a sort of a, they make more athletic, air quotes, looking glasses. He's wearing some fashionable frames.
Yeah. Hey, whatever works, whatever's comfortable for you. At this age, I had a pair that I got from 7-Eleven that looked like Randy Macho Man Savage.
Ooh, yeah.
But I felt like I played better in them.
Ball 4. Yeah, okay, see, this here is kind of the conventional athletic sunglass. Although the lenses are now bigger, it's more popular to have kind of the Macho Man kind of shape.
Yeah, that's right. Nowadays, I would fit in. Back then, I stood out.
Not because of the sunglasses. I'd say you stood out, Luch, because you were, in fact, the cream of the crop.
Ankle socks, high pants, and Macho Man sunglasses. That'll get some attention.
With those calves and those shades,
man, you better have your A game. if you're gonna walk around with that much, to use a modern term, drip.
Yeah, there you go.
And swag, you gotta ball.
Just off the plate, 1-2 to Gonza.
Que salga bien. Que no se te pase, que te agarre una base. Salió.
Runner takes off. Weakly poked, middle infield. Tough play for Torres. Throwing on the run, not quite in time, and they'll go to third. But the runner is there. So it's an infield single. Ferretti advances to third.
Hey, man, it may not look pretty, but it's a base hit in the scorer's box, and that's why you just try to put the ball in play, because good things happen. And then also credit Team Italy. We've seen them be very aggressive on the base pass throughout the World Series. That's a first and third with 2 outs. Now they're threatening to score. Love the aggressiveness.
Believe it or not, Luch, that is the first hit of the day for Italy. They've had multiple base runners in every inning, but that is the first base knock. Wow. And so now with Longoria getting the pitch count up toward 80, it's one of those things where you don't necessarily want to ride him to the 95 pitch maximum if you feel he's not executing as much. So I think perhaps we're in the window where it's a manager's discretion. He's already in that 66 plus pitch range, which means 4 days of rest before he'd be able to throw again, which I think times you out of the tournament completely. So a reminder of who they have ineligible to throw today.
Yeah, if I'm Team Mexico, I'm telling them, hey, I'm gonna give you a breather. You're gonna get us out of this inning, but I need you to go as long as you can. Oh boy.
We have been bestowed gifts.
Oh boy. Thank you so much.
It is in fact the corn. Don't worry, you'll see it shortly. It's popped up into foul territory and grabbed for the third out. So it strands another couple of runners for Italy. Mexico continues with its 2-run lead. Into my eye, but
I'm telling you, that's
Luch,
the best
that's
I've
two
ever
thumbs
had.
up. That's 2 thumbs up. Holy
The
cow.
best I've ever had in my life. I'm a corn connoisseur. I like to grill it.
Okay,
But let me
love
tell you
that.
something. That is by far the best I have ever had.
Yeah, I think I agree. Wow. I mean, it's like, the biggest, like, juiciest kernels I think I've ever consumed.
And
so, hold on. Shout-outs are necessary. Our ops team, Katie and Muffy, bringing us those. Just fantastic. And again, trying to make us uncomfortable, make me eat something awkward while I'm trying to talk about a baseball game.
You were crunching chips yesterday.
There would have been crunch had I not moved the microphone up. And look at this. They even brought toothpicks because you know how that goes with corn on the cob.
You know what, though? Here's the deal. I don't mind having a kernel in my teeth because then I can go back like in the
You're saving it for later. I don't think your dentist would recommend that.
No, but our staff is so good. They think of everything. Now, I can't grip my pen because my hand is full of butter.
Same. Ball 4. Another good plate appearance for Francisco Aguilar. Remember, he doubled on the 7th pitch his last time up. That's a 6-pitch walk.
Yeah, can't recognize enough. He's having a tremendous World Series. Came into this ball game 4 for 5, 3 RBIs. Had a double earlier.
So a mound visit for Italy as we get a little The Offspring.
I like it. This is my genre.
Elaine has been playing the tunes the past couple of days, and she came over pregame and wanted to take requests. Hand up. This one's actually mine because we got to talking about walk-up songs, and when I played in college, Self-Esteem by The Offspring was my walk-up.
Excellent choice. Excellent choice. Now, did this fire you up, or was there a meaning behind it that got you locked in?
No, it was just, see, to me, and Luch, this week's the first time we've ever worked together. You must know I'm very passionate about walk-up music. I've got a lot of thoughts and feelings about it. I do think it's a lot more important than it is. The key is it you? Can one of your teammates hear the song and say, oh yeah, that makes sense? And just based on the genre, just the lyrics aside, the musical energy of it, that's what we came up with.
Yeah.
Me and my teammates.
Great choice.
Thank you. Thank you. That means a lot coming from a former big leaguer who also had, to my knowledge, great walk-up song choices.
Yeah, very similar to you, where I think it's extremely important to have a good walk-up song. One that the fans recognize, that they can get behind.
Yeah, that's a factor sometimes people don't consider, crowd participation. So we got a 3-0 count to Diego Gonzalez, and I'm not quite sure what the stoppage here is for. But it gives you a chance to tell your Megadeth story.
Oh. So one of my walk-up songs was Symphony of Destruction by Megadeth.
You were in the heavy stuff.
I was a heavy metal guy, and being an Arizona Diamondback, Dave Mustaine, the lead singer and one of the best guitarists ever, lives in Scottsdale. And Symphony of Destruction is my song. I go out on the on-deck circle, and I happen to glance over to the dugout, and lo and behold, Dave Mustaine is sitting in the front row with his son. And so I lean over to Brian Anderson on the bench, and I say, tell me what his reaction is when I go up there and they play a song. So I go up there, and after my AB, I come back and I go, hey, BA, what was he doing? And he goes, man, he was so fired up. He had his arm around his son. He's pointing. And he was all into it. I said, oh, this is great. So the next AB I have, there's a foul ball that comes to me when I'm on the on-deck circle. And I grab it, and I'm thinking, this is perfect. I'm going right to Dave Mustaine. I'm going to toss this ball to him, and I'm going to get in good with him. Well, he's looking in my direction. I think he's looking at me. And I wave the ball, and I flip it, and Dave does not flinch. So the ball hits his soft drink on the top of the dugout and explodes in his and his son's lap, and he's got soda everywhere, and I am so embarrassed. I don't even know what I did when I walked up to hit, but it was awful. So I'm like, oh, I just ruined that meeting, you know, but he'll never forget me. So after the game, I talked to our SID, Mike Swanson. I said, you're not going to believe, and I tell him the story. We travel that night. We go to Pittsburgh. We get in our hotel. I'm laying in bed. I turn on MTV. Kurt Loder comes on, MTV News. You hear it first. And Kurt Loder says, earlier today, rookie outfielder David DeLucci tosses a baseball at lead singer of Megadeth, Dave Mustaine's lap, and knocks over a soft drink in his lap. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I made national news on a blunder. That's a bad error, right? Lo and behold, we do several talk shows together. This word gets around, and Dave and I become really good friends. And
that's cool.
I was able to go to some concerts. He had a song later on called Crush 'Em that we used as one of the theme songs for the Arizona Diamondbacks. So, yeah, that was interesting how that walk-up song led to an embarrassing moment, but a great friendship.
Unbelievable. That's ball 4. So runners are at first and second now. I'm not sure what or if there was an ultimate result to that deliberation, but I'm glad you were able to weave that web and get into storytelling right there. That's great.
Yeah, I still think back on it. It's like
I'm trying to envision you watching in slow motion the ball you toss. Hit the drink and it explodes, right? Like we've all been there.
I cannot, and I can remember a lot of my ABs. I could not tell you what happened. I just blanked out, man. I mean,
the Italian club. They're trying to keep this at just a 2-run game. Runners at first and second and no outs. Sebastian Izaguirre is the hitter for Mexico, 0 for 1 today, but he's had a stellar World Series. Big break on that, swing and a miss 0-2.
Wow. And look, we can't compliment Parisi enough with being a well-rounded baseball player, but you're seeing what he can do on the mound right there. Fastball, then wicked slider, both strikes. And check the tempo out. I mean, he's ready to go. He receives the ball from the catcher. He's already on the rubber, ready to fire the next pitch. Defenders love playing behind pitchers like this.
Just a touch outside. It's 2-2. Might that have something to do with him being a shortstop?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Likes it when the ball is hit in his direction. Out back, Izaguirre catches up just enough to get a piece of it. Wave and a miss. The breaking ball filthy again to get strike 3 for the first out.
Started off with the fastball, and what he did was he's got enough velocity in the fastball to get Izaguirre thinking, I got to speed that bat up. And when he does that, he can come back with that breaking pitch. It's got great break to it, but he also takes about 5 miles an hour off the speed to get the swing and the miss.
And he starts Mateo Sanchez with a strike on the outside with the fastball. Bouncer, right back to Parisi, gloved. Knocked down and picked back up. That's out number 2.
Bounced off that mound. Quickly fielded that ball and just took his eye off. Was going to try to make that throw before the ball was fielded. Kept his cool, kept his concentration, grabbed it, fired a strike for the second out.
Runners move to second and third on that. That's ball 1 to Pedro Tovar, who walked on 7 pitches his first time up. Roller first base, picked up by Rodriguez Mora, and that is the side. Consecutive walks to begin things, and then Parisi comes in and shuts it down. Tomorrow in a 5th straight game.
How about Luis Longoria on the mound? I mean, he's had some rough innings, hadn't been as smooth as he would like, but to be throwing a one-hitter right now, I mean, that's being effective.
His next pitch will be his 80th as Mattia Vecchi leads off. Bottom of the order for Italy. 2-0 the count. Italy's had at least 2 base runners in every inning. But Mexico has managed them well defensively, giving up just the 1. So now it's 3-0. Also of note, all 4 innings so far, Italy's leadoff batter has walked. So now it's a ball away from that happening for 5 straight innings. Instead, it's a 3-0 swing by Vecchi.
Interesting.
Maybe just a lapse there.
And it's a ball really that could have been called ball 4.
So the very next one is ball 4. Italy leadoff walks every time they've been up, and we're now in the 5th inning. Yet they trail by 2. Diego Guareschi digs in. Fly ball to right his first time up. Looks like he was trying to push one out that way. Fouls it off, 0-1.
Yeah, and I just have a feeling with Vecchi on first base, he's got 2 stolen bases in the World Series, so you may see Team Italy try to put him in motion. There he goes.
A swipe at it well above the strike zone for Guareschi. Vecchi slides in safely at second with the stolen base.
Big jump right here. Love the read. Oh, and he's leaning too, so the momentum is leaning towards second base. And how about this? Great wheels and nice slide into second base. Italy has a runner in scoring position.
Strike 3 to Guareschi. Can't deliver.
Slider up and top of the strike zone looks so good. Any slight dip in the bat path, you're not going to be able to catch up to that pitch. Once again, Longoria being effective with the strikeout.
Now Joseph Foley looks at strike 1. After that strikeout, Italy is now 0 for 8 with runners in scoring position. So that is a huge part of the explanation. When you start to think about, man, 5 leadoff walks, every leadoff batter, yet they trail by 2. Strike 2 to Foley. Now 88 pitches on the day for Longoria. Again, the maximum allowed is 95. He would be able to finish the batter. Called strike 3. The breaking ball fooled Foley. And it's consecutive 3-pitch Ks.
Got a smile from Longoria because this is filth right here, right out of the hand at the release point. It looks to the right-handed batter as if it's coming directly at their head. And then how about the depth on that breaking pitch to go in for a strike 3?
And he gets the inside edge against Parisi with it. Not as sharp of a pitch. But good enough to make it 0-1. That misses in the opposite batter's box. Vecchi takes off from second. And it's a runner at third with 2 away.
Well, if you're Team Italy, you're getting to the point of the ball game where you have got to get runs across home plate.
Ground ball short. Torres picks up, throws to first. Not in time. Italy scores a run. Second hit of the game for Italy. It's an RBI infield single by Parisi. And it might get reviewed.
Oh, this was a bang-bang play right here. Love the hustle down the first base side. And if this holds, this is a huge run coming across home plate for Team Italy. Here's a replay right here.
So it is being challenged officially. And oh, interesting. Parisi looks like he stepped on the white bag. That's independent of the timing that does maybe look like the throw got there. So as it stands currently, it is safe, the call on the field, which allows the runner Vecchi to score from third. If it is reversed, it would be the third out and the run comes off the board. Luch, I'm starting to think he's going to be out whether they think the throw got there or not.
Here's my question is, if you challenge, and this is what we don't know.
Right, if you challenge the timing of the throw, can they alter the call based on something else?
Yep.
Like
Yep.
whether or not he stepped on the appropriate bag.
But this is huge because of that run crossing home plate. Now the other thing is, was it definite video that showed him?
For sure, because the call on the field is safe. So if you're going to rule that the throw did not get there in time, or if you're going to rule that the throw beat him, it has to be conclusive evidence, indisputable.
I'm going to reiterate again, can't say enough about these volunteer, heavy on the word volunteer umpires. These guys are not like big league umpires that are in training all the time. They have been so good on their calls this World Series.
If we're going just on the timing of, is the ball in the glove before Parisi steps on the bag, it is so close.
Yeah. It can go either way. And oftentimes, I mean, I'm sure you come across this at the collegiate level too, is it's not where the ball appears to be inside the mitt. It's when the ball makes contact with the mitt, when it touches leather. So sometimes when we're seeing a replay and we see that shadow of the ball just out front, that's not what you're looking at.
Yeah, and you're dealing with milliseconds there, I understand. But by the rule, that's what you're looking for, contact with the leather. But like you said, this is a massive play.
Yeah.
I mean, the swing from still 3-1, Mexico gets out of the top of the 5th, to Longoria has to continue to throw probably to just one more batter. And then you got the potential for it to unravel for Mexico, right? I mean, we've seen situations where a starter's going well, comes out, and then it's a spark for the opposing team.
Yeah.
So to get him out of this frame cleanly.
Well, we had talked about the concern for your pitchers and pitch counts, but you're getting into the tournament where you're going to start having some guys eligible that started the World Series, which day 1 was on Sunday.
Andrea Parisi, who was the batter who was initially ruled safe at first just prior to the break, and then it was overturned out for the 3rd out. Here's another look at it. So this play went to review. It was initially called safe, and when they went to review, we were questioning because Parisi appears to step on the white bag rather than the orange bag. When Mexico challenges that, they only were looking, they being the umpires, the officials, we're only looking at safe out. So the timing of the throw compared to the timing of Parisi stepping on the bag. In order to then appeal the bag, it would have to be one of those situations where they get the ball, they toss it over and make an official appeal and step on the white bag. So I guess that could have been a secondary option had the play not been overruled. Maybe we would have gone back to live play and Mexico would have been able to try that appeal then.
Gotcha. Great explanation.
Leadoff walk for Vladimir Flores. And Mexico with a leadoff base runner again, Carlos Salazar. Looking to maybe bunt, pulls it away.
Now, here we go right here, runner on first base. If you're trying to move that runner into scoring position, you want it to go to first base side.
Bunt fouled back. Yeah, we talked about earlier the situation with runners at first and second. Ideally, you bunt it to third. First base side, why is that? Is that because the runner's being held by the first baseman, so he's not crashing?
Yep, if you can get it just to the first base side of the pitcher. Remember, your #1 goal is not a base hit, it's to move the runner.
There it is, beautifully laid down by Salazar. Rodriguez Mora comes up to field and throws to first.
Perfectly placed bunt. #1, get it down. #2, get the angle out early. Let the ball travel to come to you. And this is an excellent job of being an unselfish player for your team to put that runner in scoring position.
Top of the order, Ivan Torres, who for as much praise as we've given Parisi as the shortstop for Italy, Torres has been really solid as well. Strong arm, he's been able to make some of those slow developing plays like the play that got Parisi on the overruled ground out.
I thought there was no way that it was even going to be close.
So 1-0 to Torres. One and one. Tipped foul. 2-2 now to Torres, who each of his last 2 times up has hit a ground ball to the shortstop.
You see that break on the slider again. I have to imagine Parisi's going to go right back to it.
Torres fights off the breaking ball.
Three in a row. He's got a good fastball. And maybe if you're the pitcher, and the beauty of this is Parisi's a very good hitter, so he's thinking through this sequence as if he is a pitcher currently, but what would he be looking for if he was a hitter? And this is a good opportunity that he can bust that fastball in on the hands of Torres. Has him leaning over, has him sitting back.
Goes fastball, but it's outside.
Just missed. 3-2 count. I'd do it again, right over the heart of the plate.
Fastball outside half, and it's a called strike 3.
Boy, that is a great location for a pitcher. And it's a fastball that had some sink to it. It looked like it was going to start way off the plate and clip that corner.
Keeps the runner at second. Now 2 away. And that misses outside to Sergio Gonzalez. Gonzalez ducks out of the way, 2-0.
That's good reaction. I don't know how he got out of the way right there. It was a slider, so it gave him a little chance to duck.
There's a strike for Parisi. So 3-1. Gonzalez rips it, and it's down into center field. A base knock. The runner goes from second to third. We've seen, again, conservative base running a lot for Mexico. So a run doesn't score, but now they're at first and third with 2 down.
Station to station, as you mentioned, but got to give credit to the center fielder, Bianchini, for another strong throw from center field to keep the base runner at third from scoring. And it was well enough that Gonzalez could not take second base on that throw as well. So you got runners on the corners, forced at second.
First pitch swinging, Raul Hernandez takes a really big cut at it. High fly into left field. Facchini squeezes it to retire the side. And a couple stranded for Mexico in the 5th. We go to the 6th. We got a tight one, just a 2-run game here in Taylor. Man, they're raring to go.
Yeah.
They played late yesterday, too. Short turnaround, no matter. Let's get right back to it. Michelangelo De Santis, the leadoff batter for Italy, trailing 3-1. Into the air on the 95th pitch of the outing for Longoria, and it's pulled in to pop up by Mateo Sanchez for the first away.
I like the way he started on that ball. There was a lot of slice on that fly ball. So he didn't camp out in one spot. He kept his legs moving so he could adjust as that ball came down in a different area. He fielded it nicely. Right fielder let him take it all the way.
And so now, okay, yeah, the Mexican coaching staff making sure of the pitch count number because Longoria is required to exit the game here. So they got to make a pitching change. He's at 96 pitches, so over the 95 threshold. Had he thrown 2 fewer and had 94, say he could throw to another batter and eclipse 95 with that hitter, but he just did that with the last one. What an effort by him.
Really good effort. I mean, and you mentioned it earlier, what he has been able to do with runners in scoring position has been amazing. The Italian team has put pressure on him every single inning, and he has just stayed focused. A lot of
Hernandez making his second appearance of the World Series, and you see the numbers there. He was really good the first time out.
Yeah, he certainly was. Came in relief through 48 pitches, and he did it mostly with his fastball. He's got a very strong arm. We've seen him make some great throws from center field, and he has been a level of consistency, both offensively and defensively, that Team Mexico has needed. And I look for him to come in here with a 2-run lead, top of the 6th inning, just to go pound the strike zone. You can see how loose he is, smiles. Such a fun atmosphere that we have out here in Taylor, Michigan. Maybe he's digging Symphony of Destruction right now, which is playing.
I hope it's
Maybe
the first time
the
he's heard it. I hope it's the first time he's heard the song. And I hope Raul Hernandez makes it to the big leagues and uses it as his walk.
Yeah. that might be it. He was smiling in enjoyment of what he was listening to.
He's asking his coaches to Shazam it so that he has the track name.
Watch this. He's going to throw. First pitch is going to be 101 because of all the adrenaline pumping.
Not far off, to be honest. 1-0. Eduardo Biagini hit by a pitch, then struck out in his 2 plate appearances so far. Over the top for Hernandez.
Por el medio.
Swing and a miss. That is an uncomfortable swing for that to have been a 2-0 count.
Yeah, and that's the pitch that is going to get him locked in and carry him through the rest of this ball game, is just rear back and make Italy prove that they can hit it.
It's poked out into right field, and it's a fair ball. So that's a single for Italy. Just throw the bat head at it, huh?
Just put that bat head out there. Well-placed ball on the right field line for a long single. But once again, Team Italy has base runners on the base pass, but has not affected Mexico at all.
They've had at least 1 runner in scoring position in every inning this game. Yet their only run was the leadoff batter. Parisi walked and came around to score in the first. Bounce to shortstop. Torres, a flip to second. The turn and throw to first. Not quite in time. That's new second baseman Sergio Gonzalez over there, who had been at third. And his ability to play third, we know he's got a strong arm.
Good job, good turn right here. Everything is clean. This is a bang play at first base. But fundamentals are so important at this age group. Typically, your shortstop is very dependable, not only to field the ball, but also make sharp, accurate throws.
So with the force out at second, it's 2 away. And the first pitch strike to Davide Rodriguez-Mora. Reached on a fielder's choice and walked through 2 plate appearances so far. Swung on out in front. Nasty pitch from Hernandez.
That's almost unfair, right? I mean, you have to speed that bat up. You have to get ready for the fastball, and then you get that slider. Swing right through it. I think he's going to throw that again.
Gets a swing and a miss, but it bounces away off of Rodriguez-Mora's foot, it looked like. I mean, that's one way to run out a dropped strike 3. The way he's acting, that must have smarted a bit.
Yeah.
And so now they're going to talk about it.
You want to tell how nasty a breaking pitch is if a batter swings at it and it hits them. There's some serious break.
No, I got it right on top of the toes of his left foot, it looked like.
Love the hustle, legging it out.
Now, what are they talking about here? Is this potentially automatically out via a strikeout? Because it's not necessarily a dropped strike?
I'm not sure. Because
also, I mean, first base was occupied, but again, if it's a wild pitch, live ball, the runner would be going anyway.
Yeah.
Even think of if it wasn't strike 3.
Correct. Is it a dead ball because it hit the batter? Once I would love to have a microphone to where we could hear what's being discussed.
Yeah.
They're going to replay it.
Huh. Okay.
It's pretty obvious it was a swing through the pitch.
Yeah, it's a swing and miss. So I think the possibility that it's a dead ball is not necessarily the case. If the ball hits him as he's swinging and missing, I mean, can that actually be a dropped strike 3? I know literally it isn't because it ricochets off of his toe.
Let me ask you this, Derek. Does it hit? Are we sure it hit his toe?
You're saying, is there a chance it was a foul ball?
I don't think it's a foul ball. He totally misses the ball. Look,
Yeah,
look
I think that's pretty clearly off the front of his foot. But does it matter if it technically hits the dirt first?
That'll scuff those brand new cleats up.
Yeah.
You know, back in the day when umpires used to try to figure out if the ball hit a batter's cleats, that was when they would put shoe polish on the cleats. And so they would look at the ball to see if there was any black shoe polish on the ball that would make it obvious if it hit the cleats or not. No one really uses shoe polish anymore.
No. Why shine a shoe when it's already highlighter green?
That's right. And you get new, especially in the big leagues, you get a new pair. Seems like every other game.
Yeah.
But the one thing that they will not trade in is a good glove. Like you'll wear 4 or 5 pairs of cleats during the course of the year, maybe more, depending on your contract. Bat and gloves come and go. They get holes in them. But that trusty fielder's mitt, I've seen guys try to hold on to theirs their whole career. Steve Finley had one. There's no telling how many games that thing played. We always made fun, said that gloves.
Winner trying to advance to play again tomorrow. For whichever team comes out of this, it would be 5 games in 5 straight days. The game tomorrow. Andrea Parisi with a 1-0 count to Luis Longoria. Swung on foul, 1-1. Longoria an RBI single in the first. And he walked after working the count full and fouling off a couple in the third. Lifted, left field, drifting back. Facchini finds it, and that's a long first out.
Well struck ball, but it shows the ball's just not carrying. May not have gotten it on the sweet part of the bat, but still a very good short compact swing. Put a charge on it.
That's a strike to Ricardo Cavazos. Misses outside, trying to go back door with the slider. Hard hit, right side of the infield, just out of the reach of the second baseman, Ferretti. And it's a single. Cavazos, his second hit of the day. He's reached safely all 3 times he's been up.
He hasn't really had much to show for his ABs, but he's had some really good ABs during the course of this World Series.
Dominic Balderas pops the first one in the air, and it sails out of play. So 0-1 to Balderas, who's 0 for 2.
One of the things I've noticed about Team Mexico is as the game goes on, they become more and more aggressive in their approach at the plate. They're hunting first pitch swinging, hunting fastballs. Early on, they're taking a bunch of pitches.
Nice pitch. Parisi can really get that breaking ball over, and he's gotten some swing and miss on it too.
I think, if you're Team Mexico, it's extremely important to get some insurance runs, because you have an Italian team that scored 10 runs yesterday. So that is an offense that's very capable of putting double-digit runs, crooked numbers on the board. And also you combine that with the team speed. They're gonna push the issue if they get base runners on, which they've been doing all game long.
Yeah. Count pitch. Hard ground ball to second. Ferretti gets the lead runner. And then the turn. And a double play gets Italy out of the frame in the bottom of the 6th. So we go to inning number 7. They need 2 to. He got the final 2 outs of the 6th inning after replacing Luis Longoria. A stellar 96-pitch effort for the Mexico starting pitcher, who's now at third base. 1-0 after the miss downstairs to Eduardo Chiesi. He'll be followed by Samuel Ferretti and Andrea Gazza, the 3 batters due up for Italy. Sales high, 2-0.
If Italy's going to make a comeback, it's going to start with getting runners on base. They've been so effective with getting a leadoff runner on.
Leadoff batter has walked in 5 of their 6 innings at the plate. The only time that didn't happen, last inning in the 6th. That, no coincidence, was also the only inning they have not gotten someone to second base. No runner in scoring position. Strike 1 to Chiesi, who's an Iron Maiden fan.
I would hope that he recognized Megadeth's song the last inning.
That feels like.
If he's a true heavy metal fan, which sounds like he is.
Fouls it off. Now it's a full count. Some interesting music tastes from the Italian roster. We've got like multiple Bad Bunny fans. Fought off, which makes me wonder. Italy is a very multilingual country. Makes me wonder if these guys know any Spanish.
It's very similar language.
Again fought off. So Chiesi started the count 3-0. Now it's full count and he's fouled 2 away. So this will be the 8th pitch from Hernandez. And he waves and misses. Hernandez gets out number 1. Italy down to their final 2.
It's the fastball. It's got good zip on it. It's a fastball in the 80-mile-an-hour range. And when you run it upstairs like that, there's no way these batters are going to be able to catch up to it.
Sam Ferretti, 2 plate appearances, both resulted in walks. And it's 1-0.
Tried to go back upstairs again. That was just a tad over the strike zone.
Hernandez then blows by the next 1-1. Was tipped. Strike 2 either way.
He's feeling it, and once again, I mean, he's able to locate it. We've seen fastballs in the upper part of the strike zone. 1-2 count. If he wants, he can flip that breaking pitch, or he can try to add a little velo to it.
With the high heat again.
I mean, if you think about it, how about having him as a weapon coming in from center field to be able to close ball games with the stuff that he offers?
Breaking ball swung on and missed. Couple of punch outs. And Hernandez an out away from polishing off a win.
After a lot of fastballs up in the strike zone, this is a perfectly placed pitch, and I like the call. Because out the hand, it looks like a fastball that's out of the zone. You're not going to swing at it. Then all of a sudden you see the break and it's too late. There's no way to get the barrel on it.
Andrea Gazza for much of this game, had the only Italy hit. His infield single back in the 4th. Since then, Eduardo Biagini has a base knock. That's the only 2 for Italy. Close take.
Yeah, this is a batter. He needs to get the 3rd strike line. Start looking at pitch counts here and where these guys are in the tournament.
3-1. Yeah, because as we saw with Longoria, his pitch count was so high up, he needs 4 days rest. I mean, that times you out of the tournament. That's driven into right field, a run, and a galloping grab pulled in to retire the side and into the game. Aguilar finds the final out, and it's a 3-1 Mexico victory.
How about it? Team Mexico coming in and shutting the door down on Team Italy. Mexico moves on.